going to do a tutorial on an automatic watering greenhouse. Okay? Alright. I'm going to do a small one just in this little bitty square here. But you're going to need a windmill, and it has to go on a bigger square. If you put it up higher, the better it will perform. Just build a staircase up and put it higher, but I'm not going to do that. Actually, before I put that down, we're going to put walls on this building, because this is going to be your greenhouse on the inside. And then, you know, you got to have a roof on it. But, so let's put... Alright, so we're going to put one windmill over here in this corner. It's kind of fidgety, so kind of move it around till you get it to place. And then you got to have a battery, which will keep the power that the windmill gathers. Put it over here somewhere. It doesn't really matter where you put it. You're going to get your electrical tool here. And you're going to run the power out to your battery, to the power in. That way that windmill will charge this battery. And then this first set here we're going to work is going to run the lights. We're working on trying to get the lights going. So you're going to need your light here. You're going to need a switch for it. Lights are very basic for the most part. We will say your door is going to be here. So we'll put the light switch right here by the door. We'll put the two lights above where your greenhouse is going to be, or your planter is going to be. I like to put one light over each planter. I think you can do like a light in the middle, like two planters here, and you wanted to put a light here, you could do that. But I like to do one light per planter. We're going to need a splitter, which is this thing right here. So you're going to want a splitter too. And then you're going to have your switch. You're going to run your power out from your battery. To your power in on the splitter. Then you're going to run your power out one from your splitter to your electric input on your switch. Now, to get your lights, you're going to want to run an output from your switch to your light, like that. And then to connect multiple lights, you want to run a pass-through to the power in, like that. And then all you got to do, hit the switch, they're on. So we've got lights and basic electric. Now to start with the water, you're going to need these water barrels. You're going to need water barrels to store your water. You can put them anywhere. You can put them in your greenhouse. You can put them on the second floor. Actually, I'll probably put mine up here on the second floor to show you. Alright. So, now that we've got your 3 barrels, now you got your 3 barrels, you're going to want to put 2 of these water pumps in the stream freshwater stream. Bring it over here. You know, just wait till it turns blue. Put it down, and you're going to put this one down. Now these need electricity, so get your electricity cable out, power in, run it to that splitter that we ran earlier, right here. Power out, number 2. Run the other one. Power in. Power out, number 3. Now it's pumping water. Now, sorry. You're going to want to run a fluid combiner. Or is it a splitter? Okay, yeah, so you're going to want to run a fluid combiner. Put a fluid combiner here on the wall somewhere by your barrels. And then you're going to want to run the water hose from the fluid water output on your pump all the way to that fluid combiner that we just ran. To water in 1. Done. Now you want to do the same thing with the other one. Water output all the way over to the fluid combiner. Like that. Then you're going to want to use a fluid splitter, and you're going to want to run the water out to the top of the fluid splitter. That way it combined both pumps into one, and then it's going here. Then you're going to do water out into water in of one pump, water out into water in of the other barrel, water out into water in of the third barrel. Like that. That way now you're collecting water. If you come over here and you open your barrel. Oh, I'm trying to open the barrel. Open. See, it's collecting water all at once. Alright, so now that after you finish your barrels, you got your barrels set up, everything's ready. We got all the water set up so far. It's ready. We're collecting water. We're good to go. Now we got to run another. We got to run another windmill. It might not go here. Oh, there it was. They're very fidgety, as I said, so you got to just kind of mess around with it. Okay, so we're another windmill and another battery. You're going to want to run your power out on your battery or your windmill to the power in on your battery. Then you're going to want, okay, so then you got to set up the sprinkler system. Now that we got that battery charging, you're going to need to set up your sprinkler system. And to start with that, you're going to need 1 switch, 2 splitters, 2 timers, a blocker, and this fluid switch pump thingy. Put this somewhere in your greenhouse. This will control your sprinklers. If you turn them on and leave them on, they'll just run all the time, and you don't have to worry about it. If you want to turn them off whenever you're not harvesting or whatever, you can. So I'm gonna put it on this back wall just so I can show you. You can put it anywhere you want, but you want to start with a switch. Then you want to put down a splitter next to that, and then you want to put down 2 timers next to that, and then you want to put down a blocker, and then you want to put down your last splitter. And then this little fluid pump and switch thing, just put it up top here somewhere. So you're going to want to run your power from that second wind turbine we just did. Power out run it over here to your switch, your electric input. Okay, and then you're going to want to run the electric output from the switch to the top of your splitter and power in. Okay, now this first output you're going to want to run to your blocker. So run it over here to your blocker at power in. The second power output on your splitter here, you want to run it to your second timer, power in. Then your third power out, you want to run to the first timer, electric in. Then you want to run the output of the first timer all the way over to your second splitter, the power in on your second splitter. Okay, then you want to run the power out on that splitter over to the toggle in on the second timer. Then you want to run the toggle on your first timer over to the power out on your blocker. Then you want to run the output on the last timer over to the blocker, to the block pass-through. Like that. Okay? And then you're going to want to run, last one, your power out to, on your splitter, up and over to your pump. And you want to put it on the toggle. You don't want to put on the pump power, you want to put it on the toggle. And it looks like that. If you want to change the timer on your timers for how long they'll be on and then off, turn your pump on, and then you can come over here and change it. Or turn your switch on, and you come over here and change it. Okay, so then, after all that, we got to get water. So you need your little hose. We got to get water to this little pump thingy here. So you come back up here, and so we need to get all three of these water barrels into one line. So you're gonna need a fluid combiner for this. Once again, you can put it anywhere near the barrels you want, and then get your water hose and run water out on first barrel over to the water in, water out to water in, and then water out to water in. Now we got three different barrels delivering into one line. So after that, you're going to want to run the water out on that down to the fluid input on your switch pump here. So now we got water in that. Now you're going to need your sprinklers. I like to put a sprinkler over each planter. So if you put, let's say we got our 2 planters here. Oh, well, that was a crappy placement. Okay, well, let's say we got 2 planters here. It'll work here. Alright, so you've got 2 planters there. I like to put one over the top of each planter, but you can put it in the middle like this if you want. But I like to put it over the top of each, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one there. Now you need to run your water to that. Let's get rid of this one in the middle here, because we're not running on that one. So you got your water hose. You need to come back over to your pump here. Fluid output, you want to run to the input on your sprinkler. Then run your pass-through to your other sprinkler. And if you had 15 sprinklers, you could keep doing it. Now, I think 16 is most you could do on one setup. But you could run anywhere from 1 to 16 of them. So everything's ready. We got our lights on. We got our sprinklers up. Everything should work. All you gotta do is hit this switch, and then you can leave it on at all times. And then just leave it on, and it'll water your crops. And then just so you guys can see, this is my greenhouse I currently have. As I said, you can do it as big as you want it. I have mine set up where it'll go on for 10 seconds and then turn off after 5. Go on for 10, turn off for 5, and then it'll turn back on for 10 more.